Hello friendos and randos, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna review some of my gameplay as Emu versus my friend Max on Ace. He is Rice Farmer on Twitter, make sure to follow him as well and support. So here we go, we're starting off with the 5 elders are at your service. I'm gonna search for a Sharia and then I'm gonna drop her to draw another card because I already have another Sharia in hand. I'm gonna get ready to go for my 3 Dawn turn here. Ace doesn't have searchers here, so he's just gonna tease a little bit, pretend to swing. Put 2 Dawn, so if he does take a life, he will be able to draw an extra card. Now I'm at 3, I'm gonna go Sharia to continue digging for elders, but specifically I'm looking for Saturn here for my 5 Dawn turn. So I get another searcher event and then I have to discard one for Sharia's effect. And I'm gonna drop a Jupiter here and then I'm gonna use my at your service event as well, and I run into 3 Saturns. We both have a quick laugh about it. And then I have 1 Dawn left. I'm probably gonna attach this to leader and swinging face. Here I'm using my leader effect to discard from hand because as you can see I do have Stasi in hand. He'll go for the 6k swing, he counters out. So I do have the Stasi in hand. I do want to use that Sharia as the fodder for the Stasi ideally, so I'm not gonna use the Sharia to draw. And I can do this because in this matchup Ace doesn't really have a way to KO the Sharia, otherwise I would not want to use that. So here I'm going to draw and then play Saturn for turn, and then I'm looking for some of my key cards like the 10 cost as well as the 6 cost for next turn Mars, so that I can KO whatever he plays this turn. Ideally it would be the either the Yamato 5 cost or the Nami 5 cost. And you can see I think about the 10 cost, but I think the 6 cost is more important here on curve, and I can remember that the Gorosei is at the bottom of my deck, and I do that by tracking with my Gold Dawn spinning there. So you can see I go 6k into leader here, use my leader effect. I'm going to discard from hand again. This time I'm going to drop the Saturn and then draw a card. So if you want to know about what the Dawn spinning means, I have a video about it, you can watch it in the tag above. So here he's going to swing 6 with the Mako. Here's a 2k counter and he goes for the 6 cost Yamato, which does give a rested Dawn to leader as well as gains rush. So he's going to go 7 into my face twice with leader and Yamato. I'll counter out of 1 and take the other. So back to my turn again. I forgot and unspun my Dawn. But it is what it is. We're going to 7 Dawn here. I really want Nasjuro in this spot so that I can clear the Yamato. So I'm just going to use Sharia here, I believe, because I only picked up Mars last turn and I can KO the Mako, but that's less than ideal. The more important one for me is to clear the Yamato, because it does give the added Dawn every turn, and there it is, the Nasjuro is here. So I'm gonna use Sharia's effect. I have to discard 1 card. I'll drop my second Stasi since I have 2. And then just checking, I do have all 5 elders already, so I'm set up for my 10 cost next turn. Sorry, next turn, because I went first this game. Now I'm gonna use my stage again, call out Nasjuro for only 3 Dawn. I'm just checking whether I have enough in trash to activate my stages your turn effect, and I'm actually 1 card short. I believe I'm at 18. So here is the Nasjuro. I'm counting whether that's the correct play, because I'm considering just dropping the Mars instead, but I know that Max here only has 4 cards in hand, I believe, so Nas is actually pretty good. So I'm going to go 5k swing into the Yamato, getting a 1k counter out of Max. Then we're going for another 5k swing into the Yamato, and he already used his leader effect, so I think he's probably a little bit bricky right now, and then he's going to let go of the Mako as well. So he does draw like 3 cards that turn, but he also lost his entire board, so I think I'm in a decent position. Now he is on 8, so he can use the I am Whitebeard event, and that is gonna be the play. So here's the I am Whitebeard event. He plays a 10 cost, gets 2 Dawn on leader and the character Whitebeard as well, draws 2, discards 1. And we're gonna see him drop another Yamato into the trash. Here's the 2 rested Dawn on both character and leader, and then we're gonna see an 8k swing probably into Nasjuro here, and that's okay for me. So I refresh, I draw, go to 9, and then I can immediately just answer this with Stasi. So I KO the beard, and then I use my leader effect, trashing my Saturn to draw, because next turn I'm trying to Gorosei if possible. And then now that I'm at 19 cards in trash, I can go 6k face even though I don't have any Dawn. So we'll see if he decides to counter out of this one. He's still at 3 life, so still very healthy and can definitely come back from this position. So we're gonna see him go to 10 this turn, so he can play any of the Whitebeards without using any Dawn. But he's going to go for a Mako here instead. So no, he puddings my hand, so I'm at 7. So I do go -2 in hand. He's probably expecting me to, because I'm setting up for the Gorosei next turn, he probably expects that, oh, I already have it in hand, so wants to, for one, give me minus hand, and also he wants to just deny me of that Gorosei this turn. So I in fact do not draw the Gorosei back, and he goes for a Nami as well to try and cycle. And then he can go for a 7k Sing 2. He puts the cards back on top of deck, then goes 7k into my face. I take, I'm back to 7 hand cards again. And I top deck into Shirahoshi here, which is a really good 2k counter, which I'm going to use in either this or the next game. So first I go with my 9k swing with my Stasi, which he immediately blocks with Nami, gets to draw a card. I'm going to pay 1 here for Shaoria, trying to look for the Gorosei. And I don't hit it yet, but I do grab Valkyrie. You can see Max is cheering that I haven't hit it. And I discard Nazuro off of Sharia's effect, use my leader effect, and Tagos! So you can see we're both having a lot of fun just playing. I believe I make a misplay here and I forget to discard a card for the 10 cost. It doesn't really affect the outcome of the game, but just make sure that you don't do that when you're playing Emu. So here is my first 10 cost. I'm going to grab my second 10 cost, and I'm going to track that the other 10 cost is at the bottom of my deck as well, adjusting the bottom cards accordingly. So here I spin the gold on again. And then I am going to use the Mars effect to discard a card and then KO the pudding as well, just to reduce the number of attacks possible from Max. Now I'm going to swing 8k with Nasjiro and try to bring him down a little bit on life cards. So Max is considering guarding out of this one, because there is the potential for me to swing 10 with the Emu after this, the Emu leader. So he does counter out of the 8k swing, and then I go for another 8k swing. He does take the life, finally dropping to 2, and then I will pass turn here. So in a pretty decent spot, he goes for a 6k swing and then I block it immediately, then drops the 10 cost OP08 Whitebeard now. So all of my characters can't attack unless I pay 2. So in hindsight, I should have used my leader effect on... Oh no, I used it on Sharia last time, never mind. So continuing on, I can use Gorosei again this turn to refresh my board, but I think what I end up doing is to play something else. So first here, I'm going to leader effect on Saturn to draw a card. And then I'm left with my 3 characters on board and 10 Dawn. My leader can swing big here if I want to. I'm tracking here, where is the Gorosei in my deck? When can I use it again? I can choose to just play the Gorosei this turn and not activate it, which I think is going to be the play I go for here. So first off, we're going to go with a big swing with my leader. This is going to be 9. I think I'm going for 8. And then I change to -1 Dawn. Yeah, here is 8k swing into leader, because again I want to reduce his life if possible, but I also want to leave as much Dawn up as I can. Then I'm going to play the Gorosei down for 3, and then I'm not going to pop it. Then I'm going to pay 4 here for Valkyrie. Effectively, I have the 5 elders on my board. I'm missing just Saturn, and then this turn I can block, and then next turn I have the big 12k swing, because Ace decks aren't actually on Red Rock most of the time, so you can very comfortably just drop the 10 cost in this kind of situation. And even if he does Red Rock, right, he loses the ability to play a big body on the turn, so it's okay. So here Max is only at 2 hand cards, so I think I have math lethal. So I'm gonna do that math real quick here. So you can see I'm counting, I believe 10, 12, 14 should be lethal already. And I do have enough cards for it as well. Just remember that if you are ever in this situation, let's say you have these 3 attacks, you only have 5 cards in hand, you can always trash one of your characters to get another card in hand, and that will be enough for you to go for lethal. So here I'm counting 2 cards in hand, 10 is guaranteed, 12 is guaranteed, and then 14 is guaranteed. So I go with the Nas attack first. And then I discard 2, and then I go with the Gorosei attack first. So this attack goes first in case he has a trigger like Morgan or something like that, which reduces the power of Peter, and that would change the outcome of the game. But it doesn't. Here is a 14k swing with Peter, and that finishes the game very comfortably. So here, if he had like a blocker beard instead, that would have stopped the game maybe one more turn. But I already had the Gorosei in hand. I had another Gorosei in hand as well. Sorry, I had a Gorosei on board. I had another Gorosei in hand. So what I would have done is I would have used the Gorosei's effect, and then I would have just played the 10 cost Gorosei from my hand as well again, because I don't need to use my stage effect for anything that turn. Then I think this is one of the best ways to like deal with this matchup, just to have that 10 cost body on the board so you have the 12k swing, because it's a win-win either way. If they're playing Red Rock, they aren't playing a 10 cost. If they don't have Red Rock, you have a 12k swing. So let's go into the next game. We're gonna flip to me playing second this time. Okay, so we're going back into the game. I'm going second this game. I am gonna mulligan already, I believe. My first hand wasn't that good. I think I just didn't have searches. So going second, he passes attention down for fun. Sharia here. We're looking for more cards. You can see I lose a Stasi. I'm gonna pick up Mars because he's really good on curve when going second, and then Sharia will discard one card. Here I discard Charlos because I don't have Stasi in hand. I don't mind just dropping this Sharia early and then drawing a card, and then here's my second Sharia, which I will drop next turn most likely. So here I do see 10 cost Gorosei, but I think Saturn is more important to see on curve, so I'm just gonna grab that instead. So I have a play for my 4th on turn. Then I do need to discard one for Sharia's effect again, and I drop Nasjiro from hand. So we're going back to Max. He does have searches now. So he top decks into the 1 cost Izo, I assume. He's looking for a Whitebeard Pirate. He grabs the blocker Whitebeard, which is pretty good as well. And then goes for an AK swing. I'm just gonna take that, not gonna bother. Then goes to my turn. I see another Sharia, and I'm gonna leader effect my Sharia right away, draw a card. And then I'm gonna Saturn after this. So my Saturn is already protected, and then I'm gonna go for a 6k swing here. So using my stage, I play Saturn for a 1 cost discount, and I'm looking for cards. I do want to take the Gorosei here because my next turn is already planned out with the Mars. Ideally, I do want to have Valkyrie as well. I think I already have Valkyrie in hand, maybe? I don't remember. I do not have Valkyrie in hand, but I think I can find him. I do still have Sharia to use next turn. So here I do counter out of the 6k swing. I was prepared to lose 2 cards here if he had the 5 cost Yamato, for example, but he doesn't. He just has the Nami. So Max not too lucky with the curve this turn, this game. Ideally you will want to have 1 Dawn here, so that at least if I Mars the Nami, then he gets to draw a card, or if I hit his face, he gets to draw a card. But because he doesn't, that's pretty unfortunate. So he just needs to decide what to put at the bottom of his deck. It is bottom of deck this time. And then it goes to my turn. I'm on 6. I'm just gonna Mars the Nami right away, I believe. So here is 3. I'm gonna Mars and then KO the Nami, discarding. I'm not sure what I discard here. Maybe the second Mars, maybe Saturn. I might want to keep the Saturn because I do want to search next turn, but I also have Sharia already, so that could be the play instead. And I do discard Sharia here, so I'm gonna go for a 6k swing with the Saturn, and then I'm gonna leader effect the Saturn immediately and draw a card. And then I do draw into Searcher, so I might go for a 6k swing with leader first, and then decide whether I want to search or not. So I believe what I'm thinking here is that I want to leave 1 Dawn open for the swing this turn, because he's gonna play like a 5 cost or 6 cost, and then he's gonna swing twice or once if he has no rush. So I do want to beam as much as possible. So here's a second Nami. So cycling hand again, just really looking for his key pieces. I'm assuming he really wants to see the I am Whitebeard event. That's probably the most important one right now, because he is going first. He needs to cheat that 1 Dawn to play the 10 cost early. The list that Max is playing is one that I gave him, so it does have 9 cost red Whitebeard as well, but I think it's still better to have that blocker beard on curve. So bottoms 2 more cards, and then goes for an 8k swing. No, 7k swing here. He has Garb Searcher as well. So Garb Searcher grabs another blocker beard, so he can chain those next 2 turns. and then I'm going to counter out the 7k swing with the equilibrium blah blah blah. So my turn, I'm on 8, I draw into Stasi. So I do have to consider what I need to get rid of for the Stasi next turn. So first I'm going to stage the Mars, and then I'm going to KO this Nami. So here I'm going to drop Saturn, I believe, and then KO the Nami, and Max gets to draw one off of Ace's leader effect. And then I'm probably going to use the Searcher event as well, because I do need to find Jupiter and Valkyrie, and there is the Valkyrie and still no Jupiter, so I'm going to grab Valkyrie to hand here. I do have 4 Dawn, so I can consider playing him down, but I think I end up just going for like 2 6k swings, and then after that I what's the word? And then after that I just leave Dawn open. So counting treasure, I have 17, so I'm 2 cards short, 1 card short even with my leader effect. I can go for Charlos as the blocker, and then after that use my leader effect, and that would actually put me at, no, I'm at 16, sorry. Yeah, I remember I don't have enough for leader effect this turn even if I Charlos. So here is a 6k swing with Mars, and then I leader effect my Mars to draw, and then I draw into Saturn. I'm still looking for Peter, so here's another 6k swing with my leader, and then we're gonna drop Charlos to just have a cheap blocker, and I mill out my Mary Draw stage. So here is Max's 9 Dawn turn. He's most likely going to go for that new gate with the I am Whitebeard event, and there it is. Blocker new gate comes down. We're gonna see 2 Dawn on leader, 2 Dawn on one of these searchers, and he has 1 active Dawn as well, so he can attach 1 more and go for a 5k swing, which is a little bit annoying. So here is that Yamato discarded, and then we're gonna see 1 Dawn on the Garb and go for a 5k swing. I'll counter out of this one with Saturn, and then I block the Ace's 8k swing, and then I draw into the Gorosei here on my 10 Dawn turn, but I think it's better to just Stasi the blocker beard here. And then I believe I forget to swing into the Garb, and Max is gonna let me rewind that, so I'm gonna swing into the Garb before I KO the blocker beard, and yeah, that's what happens. And then I go 6k face because I now have 19 cards in trash. So I'm gonna leader effect my Valkyrie into the trash, and I draw a Searcher event. Normally I would want to leave Dawn up, but I don't have an event anyway, so here is the search, and we are just here laughing about how I don't have Jupiter yet, and there's the search that finds me him, so that's pretty nice. Okay, and then just counting my deck again, I know I do have 1 Gorosei at the bottom of my deck. He is going for a 10 cost new gate again, so he does have that chain. I don't have another Stasi to get rid of this, but I think that's fine because this turn I can use my Gorosei. So 8k swing, I do take it, and then I'm gonna draw. My Stasi still gets to swing 9k into his leader, which gets free blocked. So he does have to block here in case I have oh, I dropped my card, hold on. He does have to block here in case I have another Stasi. So here is a good block, and then we're gonna see the Gorosei come down, and then I'm going to trash my Gorosei, and I have to trash a card from hand as well. So here is my Peter from hand, and then the Peter also comes onto board from the Gorosei's effect. So Saturn starts us off. I'm gonna look at my top 5. Here I can grab Peter for a 2k counter, and I place the remaining cards at the bottom of my deck. Then I'm going to discard 1 card if I want to kill this Izo, but I think it's probably a no. I do end up doing it actually, yeah, sorry. Because I think next turn my plan is to use Shirahoshi. So I'm gonna trash Saturn now to draw a card. And I draw into another Stasi, which is pretty good as well. Then we're gonna see I play Shirahoshi here right away, and I'm gonna return the Gorosei to the bottom of my deck. And on top of the Gorosei, I think I'm gonna return a 2k counter or beam. So that would be great to draw back. So just counting again. And I do go for the beam to the bottom of my deck because I do want to draw that back ideally, changing the order again. So now I'm aware of the bottom 6 cards of my deck. Sorry, the bottom 6 plus 4, the bottom 10 cards of my deck. Okay, now with the remaining Dawn I have, I'm going to swing into Max's leader or the new gate. So I can threaten both angles here. And the reason why I killed the Izo with Mars is so that I can have this Shirahoshi soak a hit as well, which is very valuable. So essentially, if he swings his leader into it, the card that I discarded becomes 2k counter. And if he doesn't swing into it, I get to continue using its effect, which is also a win. So ignore my hair at the back here. The angle is probably a little not optimized. So we're going for a big 12k swing into leader. There's no point swinging into new gate here because he does have the leader effect still available. So I feel it's better to just punch face and put him at 1 life and clock him for another like 2-3 turns of lethal. So he has 2 big swings here. He goes for the Iron Whitebeard, and there's the tax. So tax here is pretty strong. It denies the entirety of my board from swinging without paying, and then he's going for an Izo here. So this way he can like use that to hit into my Shirahoshi the following turn if needed. So he grabs another blocker beard, which is going to be quite scary. And then he's going to go for a swing with leader here, I believe. So it is 7k. I'm going to block with Valkyrie and draw a card. And then we're going to go back to my turn. He doesn't have 4 cards in hand. He only has 4 cards in hand, so I can't use Shirahoshi's second effect to reduce his hand size further, but I can still use it to return cards to the bottom of my deck, and I'm gonna return a counter event and I believe another Gorosei or a 2k here, because I think the game isn't gonna last long enough for me to Gorosei another time on top of this. So yeah, it is gonna be counter event 2k. And then I am going to just track what I put at the bottom there. And then I do have Stasi available here as well, so that might be the angle for this turn. So Stasi does KO the blocker new gate, which is quite a high value, and I do still have 1 blocker on board, which is good. And then I'm gonna leader effect to trash one of my characters. So here I'm just gonna go trash Nasjiro, because Peter is more important to have, and I don't want to trash my blocker, of course. And then here's a 6k swing, and I will pass to him. So here I have 1 down open. I can counter out his blocker new gate leader swing with the beam, and then I can block the 12k new gate swing with the Venus. Sorry, with Mars. So here is the new gate, and we're gonna see 8 by 14. So 8 is countered with beam, and then 14 is blocked by Mars. So back to me. I'm gonna draw, and then I'm gonna go for a 7k swing with Peter first, which he can counter with just his leader effect, but he does have a 2k, and then 9k swing with Stasi, which is either gonna get blocked or taken. So, oh no, I changed my mind. I'm going for a 10k swing instead. So I do want to force either 3 cards or a block here. And that I can do this because the Gorosei only costs 3, so it's not like I'm short on Dawn or anything. And he does just take this swing, so he's counting. The next 2 swings are probably at max. I have 5 Dawn left. Yeah, the next 2 swings are at max 5-5, 10-10 anyway. So this 10k swing is probably gonna be one of the bigger swings, but I think it's still okay to do so. Here is my leader effect, and then my Gorosei. And then I'm gonna trash one of my counter events to play the 5 elders back down on the board again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna use their effects. This time I don't think I need to kill the Izo. So first I'm gonna use Saturn to search 5. And I'm gonna hit only 1k elders, which is still fine. I'm not gonna kill the Izo this time. So he did forget to draw a card earlier, so he does draw for his leader effect. And now I'm counting my top deck. I am a couple cards away from my next Gorosei, so I just want to check. I do end up taking Saturn instead because I'm counting and I realize that I can't draw my Gorosei naturally, so I might need to search it. So 5 Dawn active here. I can go for a couple of swings with leader and Nasjiro. Nasjiro is going to be a 8k swing. So I'm going to swing with Nasjiro first, and then threaten a 10k swing with leader. So he can either counter out of this, or he can block, and then he has to counter out of the 10. So here is 3k counter from Max maybe, because if not, it's 5k counter if I all-in gem. He can Roger and threaten the all-in gem, but I think it's better for me to leave Dawn open. So I pass turn back to him here. I have 4 Dawn open. I'm just saying, maybe I should have swung leader first in this case, because I was always planning to go for 8-8. But it's better to like not give information if possible. So that's why I went for the nut swing first. So he's on 10 Dawn again. He's already played 4 new gates, and thanks to Sassy, I've managed to remove 2. So he's just counting how many counter events I have left in my deck. I did leave 1 at the bottom. So I'm just counting. Okay, I have 11 cards in my deck. The Gorose is the 8th card. So even if I block and then I leader effect and I draw with my like natural draw for a turn, I won't hit the Gorose. So that's why I needed to take the Saturn earlier. So I'm just confirming that that's the case. You can see me pointing out like what I'm doing, like how many cards I'm gonna draw and for what. So Max here, he's got 10 Dawn. I think this is a pretty difficult turn for him to navigate. He has to worry about like my next Gorose because he knows that I've put 1 at the bottom and he knows like roughly where it is, like it's gonna be coming soon. So I'm just forgetting what I put at the bottom of my deck, so you see me spinning my Dawn like in confusion. But yeah, he goes for a swing into my Nazjuro, so just doesn't want to get lethal by my existing board already if possible. Then I just let Nazjuro go here. And he can go for swings with board. He goes for the I'm Whitebeard event here, I think. So 8 costs. We'll get to play a new gate. And I know I'm like moving my fingers in the odd way. Sometimes I'm just stretching, sometimes I'm doing math, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a habit I have. So here's the I am new gate event. He's gonna go for one of the 10 cost new gates. It's either text or blocker, and judging by his like body language, I'm aware that he has both, because he's put down 2 and then he's choosing between these 2 cards in hand. So this is something you need to remember not to do, Max. So that you know. But we're kind of talking it out, like what should be the play here, like blocker or tax. And I think the decision is that like I have enough hand to swing with my whole board even if you tax, so it's better to just play the blocker here, and that is gonna be the play. So he's gonna go 5k swing with Izo and then swing with his leader. So I'm gonna counter out of the Izo swing. No, I'm just gonna block both swings, I think. So I block with the Valkyrie, then I block with what's his face? Mars. So my turn here, I draw into Shaoria, which means I can find my Gorose for only 1 Dawn. I mean for only 1 Dawn, because I know it's the 2nd card on my deck right now. And then here, I'm just deciding what I need to do. And I think I forget that he didn't text me, so I just leader effect without swinging. So we're gonna see what is the play here. So yeah, I leader effect without swinging because I forgot he didn't text me. So I was thinking like, oh, I need to pay tax. But yeah, just make sure you think about that. Don't forget. It's pretty important. And this is a pretty difficult turn for me as well. I'm trying to decide whether I need to use Gorose here or if I should just block her up. But I think if I don't Gorose, I can't like win the game. Like, so I'm thinking here if I should Sharia, but I'm worried that if I Sharia, I don't have enough hand cards because I'll go -1. Then I consider Saturn. So I just go for the Gorose play. But then I'm thinking, what if I don't go Saturn? What if I go something else? So there's also the option here to just play Nazjuro or to play something else and go for like 3 swings instead. So like Nazjuro will let me go like 3 ways into face, but that would be pretty easy to counter out. So I'm thinking the math wise, right? Nazjuro is a 3 cost 7k rush, and then I have 7 Dawn left to split, 1 on leader, then 2 is 999 only. So I think it's not lethal like regardless. So here I'm going for a 6k swing with my leader. And then I have my full 10 Dawn available to me still. So he does counter with 1k counter Yamato here. And then I'm gonna go So I'm here thinking about the Nazjiro again, but then I realized I can't kill no matter what. So it's like totally wrong to do this. So I have to rewind this play. Like I'm gonna go Saturn, I think. So I do want to go for the 10 cost this turn and just not die and play for one more turn. So yeah, I'm counting, I'm realizing that's wrong. In real games, make sure not to do this. Make sure to actually think through all of your plays before you put anything down. If you want to like visualize it, put the cut down face down, so that you don't int in like real games. This is fine because we're just friends, but it's better to play correctly still. So here I'm just gonna go for the Saturn, and then do a little bit of aura farming because I know the Gorose is the top card of my deck. I set the cards back onto my deck here, and I do a little bit of a miscount as well. I put the beam there thinking I would be able to take it, but I forgot that you had to pay 1 for the Gorose, and so I don't have enough. So I end up having to take something else. So Gorose here, I'm just deciding what I need to discard. I'm thinking I want to hold on to Nazjiro for next turn, because I might need the rush. So what I end up doing here is I'm going to just trash the Gorose. I'm here thinking like what happens if I don't trash the Gorose as well, because the 12k body would be very useful too, but I think I have no choice but to, because I do need the blockers. If he doesn't have Roger and splits, I think I lose, and if he does have Roger, then at least I have enough counter. So here's the 7k swing with Peter, because he reminds me that hey, you answer text, which I forgot. So here is Peter, sorry, the Gorose effect, and then I get the other ounce up, top 5 here, and then you can see I put a beam in search range, but then I remember, yeah, I don't have enough Dawn for this. So yeah, I also missequenced like because the top card of my deck is an event now, so if I block and draw that, like I won't be able to use it either. So yeah, slight missequencing for me. Make sure to learn from that. But that's what makes this deck like kind of hard to play, honestly. Like these kinds of like intricacies that like lie in the deck. So I do have the 2 blockers. I'm expecting him to go for Roger this turn to try and finish me, and I'm just doing a little stock take of my deck. How many counters are left in my life? I'm just making sure I know how to do the math on like what hits I should take and what hits I shouldn't. So yeah, that's what I was doing here, checking trash. I need to pay 1 Dawn for the Gorose, and then I will pass turn to Max without using Bar's effect to kill the Izo. I don't think the Izo is that important here. So he needs Roger in order to like push lethal here, because he has 4 attacks and I have 2 blockers and 1 life. But my hand size is just too huge, so even if he does have Roger, I don't think I lose. Like doing the math, I believe I had exactly enough counter for 2 of the 12k swings and a 6k swing. So here is the Roger, and then we're gonna see 6k swing that's countered by Peter, and then 12k swing. He's gonna go 12, 12, 12, 13. So I take 1 life regardless. From my math, I have 1 1k and 1 10 cost in my life. So I am just gonna probably take 1 in case that's the 1k, and then because it doesn't matter since the next 2 swings are the exact same. If it's the 1k, then it's good. Then I can just take everything and like bait. So I'm just counting again, just making sure I'm correct on my read. And I believe I was wrong, like reading it in person, because I forgot that I adjusted my deck list. So I thought I was running more events than I thought. So I thought my life was like 10 cost plus break. But yeah, here's the 10 cost, and then it's gonna be 12, 12, 12, 12, 13. So here is the 12 I got with 2 beams, and then the next 12 I counter with 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, I believe. So it's 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Wait. No, that's 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. So that's exact. So yeah, I do win this game, but it's very, very close, honestly. Like, if I made like any like super big misplays, I think it would have been Jover. But you can see the matchup is really helped a lot by that Stasi card. It did a lot of work in both of the games, and yeah, I really like the deck so far. It's really difficult to play, but it feels quite rewarding. And that's all, friendos for this time. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.